Hello and welcome guys. In today's video I'll be talking about what sonic boom is. In the start of the video I have shown another video of a sonic boom. So what creates a sonic boom? So that is the topic for today. So what a boom is actually? So sonic boom is nothing but a loud sound. Okay, it's a kind of explosion. Okay, what sonic boom is nothing but uh, Sonic boom is nothing but a kind of explosion which is actually caused by a shock wave. Okay, when an object goes at a speed greater than the sound. Okay, so that creates a huge sound. Okay, so how the sound actually gets created is what we are going to discuss now. So let's consider this to be the red dot to be uh, a single source. Okay, now what I'm going to draw now is the circle is nothing but a single wave. Okay, let's consider this to be, this is nothing but a single wave. Okay, a single wave. Okay, this is nothing but a single wave. Okay, so sound expands in a sphere, okay, in all direction. Okay, so suppose let's take this as an example. Okay, if this is the source, okay, okay, and the source is not moving. Okay, if the source is not moving, we have waves getting generated equally in all direction. Okay, we have waves generating equally in all directions. Okay, example, let's take an example of a speaker. Okay, when you play a music, okay, since the speaker is stationary, which is the source, okay, the waves get equally generated in all directions. Okay, so that is about when the source is stationary. Okay, now let's take another example when we have, okay, let's take the case of a plane. Okay, 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 we have a plane which is moving in this direction. Okay, we have a thrust in the right direction. So we know that an aircraft go at a minimum speed of Mach 0.85. Okay, about 0.85 roughly, an estimate. Okay, can't go beyond that. Okay, so this is the speed of an aircraft. Okay, so how does the wave get generated now? So the wave gets actually generated like this. Okay, so what is happening here? The wave is actually getting compressed. Okay, so I want to discuss another thing too. This is the distance between two wave is what I call as the wavelength, lambda. Okay, so when an aircraft is going at Mach 0.8, which is closer to the speed of sound, which is Mach 1, the wave in front is actually getting compressed. So what is happening here is what we call the Doppler effect. Okay, so Doppler Doppler effect. Okay, Doppler effect. So what is Doppler effect? Okay, in reality Doppler effect is when, okay, say when an ambulance, okay, let's take an aircraft. Okay, an aircraft which is from a far side, okay, is coming near you. So what we feel when the aircraft is farther, okay, farther from us, we don't get much sound. So when the aircraft gets nearer, the sound keeps on increasing. And when the aircraft is just on top of us, we have a greater sound energy which is getting generated. Okay, and when the aircraft passes us, the sound energy keeps on decreasing. So this is what Doppler effect means. Okay, so I hope that's clear. So that is what Doppler effect is. So Doppler effect actually happens when the source is moving at a speed which is less than the speed of sound. Okay, so let's discuss another case when the speed of the aircraft or speed of any source is equal to the speed of sound. Okay, okay, I'm taking this the case of an aircraft itself. Okay, if an aircraft, okay, which is moving in this direction t, okay, is moving at a speed equal to the speed of sound, which is mach 1, what happens here? We get waves getting overlapping. We have waves which are overlapping. Okay, so what happens here is that uh, when the aircraft speed is equal to the speed of sound, okay, the wave gets compressed. Okay, and at the same point when we have an, okay, suppose we have a person standing here. Okay, so suppose if we have a person standing here and the aircraft passes just over the person, just when the aircraft passes over the person, we hear a sonic boom. A loud sound is heard. Okay, so what is happening now? When the aircraft is just over the person, just imagine the intensity. Suppose if I take I is equal to n times I1. Okay, n times I1. What is the intensity? Intensity of the sound I'm talking about now. Intensity is nothing but the n. Okay, is nothing but, suppose say n is the waves, okay, number of waves times the I1 means the intensity of one sound wave. Okay, so imagine the sound which is getting generated when the aircraft passes over the person. Okay, so okay, now let's take for an example. If the speed of the aircraft is greater than the speed of the sound, if the speed of the aircraft is greater than the speed of sound, so what happens now? Okay, I'll draw in a new page. Okay, if I draw this to be an aircraft, okay, which is moving in the left direction, okay, having a thrust T. So when the speed of the aircraft is greater than the speed of sound, now let's see how the waves are getting created. The waves will be behind the aircraft, growing bigger and bigger. Okay, so it goes on increasing. So what we are going to discuss now is that, suppose we have a person standing here. Okay, so when the aircraft passes the person, we don't hear the sound at the same time. Only when the waves passes the person, we get the loud sound, like a sound of a boom. So that is how the sonic booms are created. The energies are getting created. So that's how the intensity of the energy. Intensity depends on the about how many waves are there and intensity of one wave. Okay, so that much is a sound energy which is getting created. That is why only when the aircraft passes a person, we don't hear the sound at that time. Only when the waves passes the person, we get the boom sound. Okay, that's how the sonic boom is actually getting created. Okay, now another thing to explain is, when the waves are getting bigger and bigger, we can actually make a cone. This is called a Mach cone. We call this as the Mach cone. Okay, so this is the Mach cone. Okay, now another frequently asked question is, what is that vapor like thing that passes when an aircraft is having a speed greater than sound? There's some kind of vapor which is getting formed. Okay, so the vapor is nothing but, when this Mach cone, okay, reaches the ground, okay, it forms a kind of hyperbola. Okay, the hyperbola is what we see. Okay, so as long as the airplane travels at Mach 1 or faster than the speed of sound, it generates a continuous sonic boom. Okay, so as it passes over a series of path, that path is called as the boom carpet. Okay, so I hope this lesson is clear for you.